2 days ago, Li Guifu's family received an invitation to present a special marionette show. This time, the audience are the aged. This also means that all the marionettes will be presented on a customized stage.
本人不也叫咁个引起吧，行为好像已经来到多样了，也挺上手。
Marionette show, one of the oldest traditional puppetry arts in China, originated in the Qin and Han dynasties, and is one of the most ancient rare forms of art. With the passage of time, the traditional marionette show gradually faded out of people's attention. Li Guifu, Ningbo's last puppetry artist, has not been on stage for 8 years.
搿8年来，舞台性质变了，叫咁么伊就没演过了。基本上一般那个老百姓看个观众啦，把我拉某个舞台的，基本上喜欢咁么看。切些的别让看嘞，不喜欢嘛。
8 years ago, Li Guifu finished his last puppetry at Xiangshan Film and Television City. Since then, the marionette stage has been put away in this small room with dust covering. Li's wife, Wang Yongfen, and his sister, Li Cai'e, are responsible for manipulating marionettes behind the scenes during the show. The staging requires the readjustment of all the strings on the marionettes.
吹戏是很讲究的，吹臭了就不能用了。
The first rehearsal is to begin in the evening, and they have to finish all the preparations for the marionettes before dark. The show requires 2 performers manipulating marionettes and a team of competent musicians. For decades, these villagers, together with Mr. Li, have crammed into the small room to rehearse marionette shows, no matter big or small. There are many problems during the rehearsal. The strings become longer after adjustment, making it more difficult for the performers to control the marionettes.
我讨厌这个戏放了就是很讨厌的。
The marionette show requires a high degree of cooperation. One mistake can be detrimental to the whole performance. Because there are a lot of mistakes, the rehearsal was repeated for many times tonight. Everyone is a little anxious.
伊吃东西呢，味道是个执行，是吧？你用规矩形体上万人来看，你否则衣服好话就对不起那个规矩。
Li Guifu is 58 years old. His ancestors made a living by performing marionette show. His father, Li Xiangmin, once established the only regular puppet troupe in the east of Zhejiang province. The troupe performed in Xiangshan, Taizhou, Zhoushan, and many other places, and it was very popular.
那个时候演的辰光很稀奇啊，老百姓就是看个戏规矩就是拍戏个轻快哦。
谦虚的跟我父亲要回来，跟我父亲到外面我谦虚了，一个为了赚钱也好，也赚钱，一个呢我们也感兴趣。
In his youth, Li Guifu and his sister learned the skills from their father and grandfather. Wang Yongfen, Li's wife, also learned from Li Xiangming because of her love for the marionette show. As a result of fate, Li Guifu and she became attached to each other because of marionettes and spent a lifetime together. At the age of 17, Li Guifu started his professional career in the marionette show. He thought he could do this all his life. However, with the changes of times and the increasingly diversified entertainment, the marionette show can no longer be their bread and butter. The troupe was forced to disband.
很长时间没演过，到以后都忘记衣服里了。
In recent years, the rise of the protection and inheritance of intangible cultural heritage in Xiangshan has restored the endangered marionette show to life. But the meager performance income and the limited market cannot make the marionette show regain its former charm. With only a day to go before the show, the members gathered again in a small room for their final rehearsal. Compared with the rehearsal the day before, today is much smoother. After the last rehearsal, Li Guifu quickly packed the stage for the delivery to downtown the next morning. The grandson, Li Senyang, is 8 years old and grew up with his grandparents. Marionettes are his favorite toys. Knowing that his grandparents will perform tomorrow, he must go with them and show his skills to grandfather.
我叫个人，最近那个学个搿种艺性，我种心也没，后来也没。平时给戏会开门打开，基本上个绳子基本上得里的。我这个干了都，啊，都顶啊。
An ancient marionette show that has been away from the audience for 8 years. Is about to be presented on the stage. which gives it a sense of ritual.
"因为自己也喜欢啊，喜欢，跟人家讲义嘛，人家也蛮喜欢了哈，不喜欢非讲义了。
8 years later, Li Guifu's marionette show finally made it onto the stage, but he cannot predict how long it will be before the next time. Over time, the artists often have to choose between the craft and the livelihood. How far can the craft go? Li has no answer.